So they decided to ask Claire McCaskill what her thoughts were on things. All right, let's take a look at this. This is from Waleed Shaheed's Twitter. So let's take a look at this video first here. Let me go ahead and back it up, and then we'll watch it.
Senator, a very direct question having to do with Youngstown, Ohio, having to do with a place I used to live, Joplin, Missouri. What happens when you walk into those communities and say, great news, you're all going to get green jobs. We'll need the keys to your F-150s because we're going all electric.
It would not be good.
Yeah.
And I think what Tim Ryan is trying to express is a bucket of cold water, which is reality about where America is. America is generally not as far along the left line as Bernie and Elizabeth. Free stuff from the government does not play well in the Midwest.
Senator.
Okay, so free stuff from the government, quote, does not play well in the Midwest. That's Claire McCaskill, which, by the way, a good person to take advice from, Claire McCaskill. Good person. Why are they having her on? By the way, why are they having Claire McCaskill on? Why do they have Claire McCaskill on, Lucy? What is the purpose of that? Let's Google it. Let's just go ahead. Because all she's done as of recent, unless I'm missing something, is lose. That's all Claire McCaskill's done as of recent. Lose. She knows how to lose. Has she done anything recently? Let's see. You know what? When you Google Claire McCaskill, all you see, if you go to news, you just see her bashing Bernie, and then you see her footage from her losing. She lost. Oh, and by the way, here's a headline from the Kansas City Pitch. Claire McCaskill, centrist Democrat who lost the 2018 U.S. Senate race running as a centrist Democrat, says Dems should be more centrist. So that's what she's done. I mean, I even said, I was like, maybe she did something that I missed out on, because as far as I know, all she's done recently is lose. I'm going to go ahead and Google her. Nothing. All she's done is that. But MSNBC has her on for some reason. Wonder why that is. And here's her claim that free stuff, quote unquote, doesn't work in the Midwest. This is coming from someone who, by the way, lost in the Midwest. What did she do in the Midwest? She lost. Did she win? No, lost. All right. So here's what Waleed Shaheed says, which I think is right on. Here's some of his thoughts on this. I'll go ahead and I'll read it to you. Well, here, we'll full screen it. Free stuff from the government does not play well in the Midwest. That's a Claire McCaskill quote. Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar are also from the Midwest. Medicare and Social Security are both technically free stuff, and they play very well. Keep in mind the Midwest includes Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Ohio, all states that Hillary Clinton lost, all states that Donald Trump won because he promised people jobs and he promised people opportunities. Oh, and by the way, Michigan, who won that primary? Bernie Sanders did. Bernie Sanders won that one. So, you know, there's no compelling evidence that real populism doesn't work in the Midwest. There's actually evidence of the opposite. Bernie was connecting in the heartland. Bernie was getting standing ovations in places like West Virginia. Bernie goes on a Fox News town hall and everyone cheers for Medicare for all. Real populism can work in the heartland. What doesn't work in the heartland anymore is the Democratic elitism, the limousine liberalism that got us into this mess, that led us into the mess we're in now. That's why so many people took a gamble on Trump. He ran on this right-wing populist idea, which is just a farce. It's just a lie. But he ran on it, and people took the gamble. People thought, gee, my life was bad during the Bush years. I thought Obama was going to bring in hope and change. He didn't. My life didn't get any better. They were inspired by Bernie Sanders. Then Bernie wasn't the nominee. Instead, they had Hillary Clinton, who promised people nothing. So they took the snake oil. When you got one candidate offering you snake oil, you got one candidate offering you no oil, except for the oil that you can get from fracking, you're going to take a chance on the snake oil salesman. So this whole and Claire McCaskill says keep going along that path. Let's keep going along that path so we can lose again in 2020. Keep going. You can't, Tim Ryan, it's a bucket of cold water. That's what people want from politicians. Hey, I'm a bucket of cold water, bringing you back down to reality. What's the reality? We can't have the type of healthcare other countries with less wealth than us take for granted. We can't have that here. That's the reality, according to these people in politics. What's the reality? We can't have education as a public good like other countries have. We can't have that here. Why can't we have that here? Our war budget and our donors wouldn't like it. That's why. You want to vote for this bucket of cold water? She literally just described it. Tim Ryan's bringing a bucket of cold water. Who wants to vote for a bucket of cold water? And what? You're a news network, by the way, MSNBC. You're a news network, and you're getting advice from someone who can't win. You're getting advice from Claire McCaskill. Her only accomplishment as of recent, losing. She lost as a centrist Dem. As the headline in the Kansas City Pitch said, lost as a centrist Dem, wants to encourage everyone to run as a centrist Dem. Why did they have Claire McCaskill on? What does she bring to the table? She bashes Bernie. And this is news. This is our media structure. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your